guys, happy Monday. So happy new week. So yesterday I had every intention of doing my makeup, but then obviously I was running late for church. I don't know, I just always plan my day out a certain way and then things don't go as planned, especially when it like comes to time. But the whole wig thing took too long, and obviously I was filming, so I didn't really have time. And then when I got back from church, I did my makeup only because there was a look that has been nagging me to try. Like, I literally have been wanting to try it like since December, but then someone posted it last week and I was like, oh shit, actually now I remember I wanted to try this look. So I did that, but I didn't film it. And then when I posted it onto my Instagram, everyone was just like, hey, you know, really love this look, hope you made a tutorial. And I was just like, oh shit, actually. And it's a really easy, like, doable look. So I decided today that I'm gonna film the look. Sorry for the noise, that's my fan, because I'm actually just trying to dry my wig. And this is the quickest way to go about it. Yeah, anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna be filming that specific look for you because I just feel like it's an easy everyday basic look, and you can achieve it with like really affordable drugstore products. I'm gonna try use mostly drugstore products, but I know that things like setting powder and maybe what else, a few things won't be from the drugstore. But yeah, it's also going to be a review on the Maybelline Superstay foundation because that's what I've just been wearing a lot of these days. But yeah, so if you're interested, continue watching. I'm just going to make some breakfast real quick, and yeah, I'm going to head out to my beauty room and film. So it is really hot in here because of the ring lights. So I have this little desk fan, but I remember in my last video it made so much noise. So I really hope that it's not too bad and like not too unbearable for you guys, because literally there's nothing else I can do except maybe do voiceovers after I finish filming, like when I'm editing. But you guys let me know whether you're bothered by the sound of the videos, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna first start off with my normal skincare routine. Well, I've washed my face. I'm just gonna tone it quickly because I haven't done that. I'm using the Eucerin Derma Purifier Oil Control range as of late, and I'm using obviously the cleanser and the toner. My skin is quite oily and it causes like problems on my skin, like my nose, my pores will get clogged, as you can see. So during the summer I just went back to this range. I was using it earlier in the year, and then I'm gonna go in with the Elizabeth Arden Grade 8 Daily Defense Cream. This is my daily moisturizer. Once I've done that, I'm gonna go into priming my skin for the foundation, and I'm going to be using two primers. I'm gonna be using this Revlon Color Charge illuminator just to give me a nice glow under my foundation. And I'm gonna be using this Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Minimizer. I haven't used this in such a long time, but obviously since I am trying to do an affordable sort of drugstore pharmacy, can I say something, right? I realized someone commented on my one of my videos that they're so hacked about South African YouTubers or influencers using the term a drugstore as if we're American and that we should be authentic and things like that. And my thing is, well, it doesn't really bother me. Like, people being bothered does not bother me. But anyway, yeah, if you're bothered by people using drugstore, like the term drugstore, I think you should just there's so much more to worry about, really. Like, it's really not something that you should like be so upset about that you actually take the time to comment. it doesn't matter. Like, people can use whatever term they want to use. It's not really mattifying. It just gives you a nice, smooth and even type of, it just creates this really smooth and even base for your foundation. And then I'm going to go in with this color charge illuminator, and I'm just going to use it on the high points of my face. Okay, my chin. Okay, once I've done that, I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray just to prep my skin for the foundation. Now, the reason why I'm using this is because this foundation transfers a lot, like a lot. And for me, I can tell by how much the foundation transfers by my phone. Like, if I take a call and I look back on my phone and I see like just a whole lot of foundation on it, then for me it's a big transfers. It's one of the things that I absolutely hate about this foundation. Like, I really don't like the fact that it transfers so much. This one time I was hugging my friend, and she's like of a much lighter skin tone, and I hugged her and her face is touched, and literally my foundation landed on her face, which for me was a big, like, oh my god. So I'm just gonna spray. I swear by this setting spray, it is the one thing that I really enjoyed, and it's the one thing that kept my makeup going, especially when I was still living in Durban, because Durban is so humid and your makeup like literally will start melting off your face. But with this spray, like, it locks it in. And I only discovered this because I was in Nigeria shooting makeup in the cities Africa, and this is the only thing that kept my makeup going for as long as it did. So highly recommend, especially if you live in an area that's like extremely humid and extremely hot, or just in summer. But I wouldn't really recommend if you live in Joburg, because I have oily skin, but I find that when I use this, like, my makeup goes really matte, which sometimes I don't really enjoy. This is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. It says to last you 24 hours. It says it's a full coverage foundation, and it lasts for up to 24 hours. Doesn't really say whether it's mattifying or not. For me, I find it extremely oily. I'm not too sure whether if that's because I've got oily skin. I don't really have oily skin, I just have an oily T-zone, but I do find it very oily, and you find you need to powder up a lot. I also think that it looks great. It is, when they say it's full coverage, it is completely, like, it is full coverage, and it's one of probably the best full coverage foundations in terms of full coverage. It's also very light on your skin, so it doesn't feel like it's blocked your pores. It doesn't feel heavy, and it's not mattifying, so it doesn't feel like your face doesn't feel like caked up, and it's a nice dewy type of finish, which I'm really a big fan of. The only reason why it took me so long to actually hop onto this foundation is because it doesn't have a lot of shades in store. Like, you can't find a lot of shades in this foundation. I think they've only got like 4 or 5 shades in every Clicks and Discam that I've been to, which is really a downer. But I don't think they have a lot of shades in this foundation in general, but I know that in SA it is still like fairly hard to find. I haven't even found my shade. I only started wearing this foundation because I got it in a press shop. It retails for about $199, $180, $185, $199. Maybe you can try and shop for your shade like on Takealot or Superbalist or anything like that. I'm gonna apply it using 2 methods. One side of my face I'm going to be using a brush, and then the other side I'm going to be using a beauty blend, so you can get like a glance of what it looks like if you use one over the other. I personally don't have a preference. I use whatever is available and whatever is clean, and yeah, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer just so you can see what the foundation looks like when it lands on my skin. I'm going to be using 2 pumps. As you can see, this is what the consistency looks like. As you can see, the coverage is really like literally amazing, and the color is nice and warm, and it matches my skin tone perfectly. I'm using the shade Chestnut, and I love it because it stays the same color like throughout the day. It doesn't oxidize or anything, so that's really cool. This is what it looks like on the one side of my face. I applied it with just a fat, really dense foundation brush, which I got from NYX. I'm not too sure of the price, but and then this is the one side of my face that doesn't yet have foundation. As you can see, it's a great match. The coverage is really great. It looks quite matte and settled, but it doesn't really feel that way. I think it's just because of how lightweight it is. It feels like I'm literally not wearing anything on my skin. So those are what the two sides look like, and then I'm gonna go in with this side with a beauty blender. Pretty much gonna just blend it in like so. Oh, my brother just sent me a photo of my niece. She's going to school this year, so she looks so cute. Oh my god. Oh, that makes me so happy. Her hat. This is the one side of my face that usually needs the most coverage because I have like a few marks on the side of the face, and this is the side of the face that I use to determine whether foundation is really full coverage or not. Coverage is insane, literally. It is super lightweight, but oh my gosh, this transferring issue is such an issue. But yeah, anyway, moving right along, I'm going to be using NYX Won't Stop Concealer. Directly below that, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour concealer. The only reason why I use two different concealers is just that I found that it's so much easier to blend. I'm not too sure if I've said this before, but when it comes to blending concealer, it's very important that you look straight up into the ceiling. This will really help the concealer land inside the folds of your skin and will help reduce the amount of creasing that you get. It's gonna look straight up into the ceiling, and I'm gonna gently blend away. Okay, so immediately after I conceal my under eye, I'm gonna go in with some Sacha Buttercup setting powder. This is unfortunately not a drugstore product, but it is about 500 rand, and like I've said before, it will last you really long. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. The reason why I set it immediately is because I don't want to risk the concealer creasing under my eye, so I don't want to have to go back and re-blend. So I just set it immediately these days. I find that really works for me. Once I've concealed my under eye, I'm going to go ahead and conceal the rest of my face. The reason why I don't do this at the same time is that I find that if you apply concealer at the same time, like under your eye, on your forehead, on your chin, and by the time you get to blending your chin, it would have already settled and it will be like really hard to blend. So I just do it like step by step these days, just for a more flawless finished look. Just using flat brush for my powder, just pick it up very loosely and I dust it off just like so. Just gonna apply some on my brows just to erase any shine that may have been caused by my moisturizer. Highlight my chin area. The next thing that I want to do is I want to contour my face. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to use a cream contour. I'm just going to use this Contour and Glow palette from Scarlet Hill. It's really pigmented, so I don't usually mind using it alone without a cream contour. If I were to use a cream contour, I'd usually be using this Black Opal True Color foundation stick anyway, which is quite affordable. I'm just going to go in with contour brush. And the contour brush, this is what a contour brush looks like. It's quite angled, quite fluffy. I prefer fluffy. I don't like a harsh contour, and I don't like a contour that's like hard to blend. So I just want to very loosely contour my face because I don't like anything too sharp. And we are doing like a soft glam tutorial, so we do want everything looking, you know, very natural and very well blended together. I usually start in my hairline like so, and I'll usually just push it back into my cheek like so. Most people do this, which helps, but for me, I just slightly lift my cheeks like slow, just because I just enjoy a much looser contour. The key to contouring and anything else that you desire a flawless blend from is to add product bit by bit. Don't go in with too much product at one time, because it will be hard to blend, and it will, you know, start overwhelming you and start overpowering you. So even if you go in 3 or 4 times, it's still okay, as opposed to going in 1 time and then you spend 15 minutes trying to blend that out. Okay, so this is what the side of my face that I've contoured looks like, and then this is what the side of my face that I haven't contoured look like. As you can see, there is quite a big difference, but as you can see, the contour is a lot wide and a lot more flawlessly blended than how I usually do it, or how most people usually do it. Okay, cool. Now that I'm done with my contour, I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna blend everything together. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some bronzer just to get the color back into my skin, because as you can see, I do like look a little bit ashy right now. And I'm going to be using this NYX California Beaming bronzer. It is a pretty nice warm tone. It is quite pigmented and quite dark, so don't really recommend this bronzer if you're of a lighter skin tone. But if you're of a dark skin tone, highly recommend. I think there may be more shades. This is in the shade Beach Bum, so there may be more shades. I just haven't really checked for it. And I'm gonna apply it using the same contour brush I was using, and I'm just gonna push back into my contour like that, and just blend that contour out. And I'm gonna push it into the corner of my brow, just like that, just to give me a nice warmed up tone. If you're using this bronzer, you don't really need to use a blush, because as you can see, it's got a nice cherry type of tone, but I always do, because I do like my cheeks extremely rosy and extremely cherry. So yeah, as you can see, it is quite pigmented, but it's pretty nice. I really enjoy this bronzer. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some blush. I'm going to be using this Essence Hey Cheeks blush and highlighting palette, and as you can see, this is probably the only shade that I ever use in this palette. It is quite pigmented, and I really enjoy it. And I'm going to apply it right on the tip of my cheekbones like so, just to finish off this cheek situation that we have going on. It's time for me now to start with my eye makeup, and the first thing that I usually start with is my brows. I'm going to go in with the spoolie brush, and I'm just going to brush them up like so. I'm going to be doing a very fluffy and loose eyebrow. As you can see, my brows are trimmed. If you want to see how I did that, I already have a video of that up. I just use a normal razor every other day. With regards to my brows, I usually use a brow gel, right? But then I've seen a lot of people, I'm so sorry guys, please excuse the noise, but anyway, I've seen a lot of people and I've heard a lot of people speak about using lash glue As a gel, I tried that while I was in Cape Town because I forgot my brow gel, and I was using the Ardell Lash Grip as brow gel. It's quite easy, it's quite simple. You just apply a bit of glue on the back of your, ooh, that is a lot. And then you go in with your spoolie and literally rub it through the glue, not too much, and then you just want to like dust it off a little bit, just so you don't have your spoolie looking like white. Then you just go in and you use it to brush your brow hairs up, and they literally stay like that the whole day. It's called the glue brows. There's soap brows and there's glue brows now, apparently. I'm just gonna go in with my Essence Hot Chocolate Long Lasting Eye Pencil. Conceal these with this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. I'm also going to be using my MAC 212 brush. If you want a more detailed eyebrow tutorial, I do have an eyebrow tutorial on my channel for those fleeky Instagram brows. I have so many eyebrow tutorials for every kind of brow on my channel, so you can just sort of browse through the page. Never let you love me fall. Okay, cool. So I have pretty much done my brows, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some more concealer on my lid. No, first I'm going to add some eyeshadow base, and then I'm going to blend it out with some concealer. I'm using this NYX eyeshadow base. I mean, like, it's almost finished, literally. This is what I stay using. I like it because it's white. Well, it was white, and it really gives a nice pop to your eyeshadow. I think that it's extremely important, and I think that everyone should invest in a good eyeshadow base. I mean, it's only like 130, I think, not sure, but it lasts forever. Like, I can't remember the last time I bought eyeshadow base, just because it literally lasts forever. Okay, cool. Once I've done that, I'm gonna bring you guys closer just to show you how easy it is to create a soft glam eye look. Okay, the palette that I'm going to be using today is the NYX Off Tropic palette. This is what it looks like. The first color I'm going to be using is this color over here. I'm just going to rub my brush on it like that and try to pick up as much product as possible, and then I am going to just place that at the front of my eye like so. Once I've done that and I feel like I now have enough product, I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be going in with this shade over here, and I'm going to be applying that just on the outer of my eye, not really in the crease, but just in the corner like so. This palette is extremely pigmented, so just be very careful and take your time with it. Blending in circular motions, as you can see. I don't have too much pressure on the brush, just enough, and I'm holding the brush very far from the tip of the brush, just to make sure that I have as loose a grip as possible, and I'm applying the least amount of pressure. This really helps you should try it. So once I've done that and I feel like it looks pretty much the same on both ends, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add my darkest color, and this is what will complete the look. I'm going to add it in the corner, right in the corner, and I'm going to push it into the color that I already have. Again, circular motion. Now just to make sure this is blended, I'm going to be going in with this shade over here. I'm going to be using this as a transition color for my concealer, and I'm just going to push it back like so. I'm not okay. If you do want it a little bit more pigmented, what I usually do is I go in with this smaller fluffy brush and this same dark color over here, and I will just put that in my crease like so. Always making sure to go in with your bigger blending brush and blend all of that out again. You can go in with your contour palette and just this shade, just to give it a more give it more depth and definition, very loosely, very lightly. And then to finish off that look, I'm gonna go in with just a round, dense round brush just under my eye, just to add a smokiness to it. So I'm just gonna go in with a different palette and use this white shade. You can use any palette really, but I just don't have a drugstore one that has this nice white shade. So I'm just gonna try brighten up that white just so it doesn't blend too much into my skin. I'm gonna go in with the fluffy brush and I'm just gonna blend that out. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some eyeliner, and I'm going to be using this Essence the Dip waterproof eyeliner. That's what it looks like. So I've applied some mascara. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my lashes, which I'm also going to do off cam. So my lashes are now on. Usually depending on where you stick your lashes, you may need to go over your eyeliner on top of your lashes, which is what I did, just to keep that straight line. Okay, once I've highlighted my face, I'm going to go in with some finishing spray. I'm still using this Maybelline Lasting Fix just to make sure it seals everything. I'm gonna line my lips. I'm using the very same eye pencil. It is an eye pencil, not really a lip liner, but it works pretty well. Blend that out using just a lip line. I'll be using this NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Teddy, Beauty Mark. Okay, once I've done that, my lips are now ready for the nude lippy that I'm going to apply on top. And I'm going to be using this NYX Soft Lip Cream, and it's in the shade London. It's a really nice nude color. I always use brushes with my lip stuff just because sometimes I do clients and I just feel like it's better. Okay, once I've done that, now you can either leave this lippy matte, which I think I may do. No, but I usually prefer putting gloss over it. I'm just going to go in with this Scarlet Hill gloss. The writings come off, so excuse me. And I'm just going to add that on top. I'm just gonna put on my wig quickly just so I can show you guys the final look, but I am pretty much done with the makeup aspect. This is what it looks like. It's a soft glam, but it still has a bit of drama, like the lashes are quite dramatic, and that under eye eyeshadow that I've done there does give it a lot more personality. But really love this look, and I think it's really great for, you know, back to work, if you're going to church, lunch with your friends. It's really simple, and it would be a nice bridal type of look or a bridesmaid look. Yeah, so okay, so this is the final product, and this is the end of my video. If you do like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.